Welcome to Math with Adam. In this tutorial, we are going to be solving this IG 2024 question. And it says solve by factorization. We have 2x squared plus x minus 3 equals to 0. So let us solve this together. So I'm going to copy the question again. So we have 2x squared plus x minus 3 equals 0. This is a question from Quadratic Equation. And then they said solve by factorization. So we are going to use the factorization method to solve this. So the first step is we are going to multiply the coefficient of the first term, or the coefficient of x squared, by 3. So 2 times negative 3 gives us, so 2 times negative 3 gives us negative 6. Okay, now the next step is we are going to look for 2 factors of negative 6. That when you multiply them, you're going to be having negative 6, and then when you add them, you'll be getting 1. That is the coefficient of x. The coefficient of x here is 1. So let's look for the factors of 6. So the factors of 6, we have 1 and 6, and then we have 2 and 3. So these are the factors of 6. So let's look for 2 factors that when we multiply, we get negative 6, and when we add them, we get 1. So we can be having negative 2 and then 3. Because negative 2 times 3 gives us negative 6, and when you add this, you get 1. So I'm coming to write 2x squared. Okay, now instead of the x, we are going to be using negative 2 and 3. So negative 2x, okay, plus 3x, alright, minus 3 equals 0. Okay, so don't forget that the whole of this gives us x. So negative 2x plus 3x gives us x. Great. So let us continue. So now we have 2x squared minus 2x plus 3x minus 3. The next thing is we are going to factorize. So let's come here. We have 2 here. These are common factors. And then we have x squared, we have x. So x and x are common factors here. So I'm going to be writing 2x outside, and then parentheses, I will have x. So 2x times x will give us 2x squared, minus, I'm going to be writing 1. Okay, so 2x times x gives us 2x squared, and 2x times 1 gives us 2x. So plus, now let's come to the second part. So we have 3 here and also another 3 here. So 3 can be a common factor. So I'm going to write 3 and then bring my parentheses and write my x minus 1. So 3 times x gives us 3x, and then 3 times negative 1 gives us negative 3. So all this equals to 0. Here, once you have the same numbers in the parentheses, here we have x minus 1, and we also have x minus 1. That means we are on the right path. Now we are going to keep one of them. We have x minus 1 and x minus 1. So let's keep x minus 1 and then in parentheses, and then now come back to, let's look at the numbers outside the parentheses. Here we have 2x, and here we have 3. So we are going to keep this also in another parenthesis. So we have 2x plus 3, all equal to 0. So our next step is we are going to take the parentheses and then make it equal to 0. So let's take the first one. So the first one is x minus 1 equals to 0. Okay, so our x is equal to 1. This is the value for x. Great. Now let's take the second one. We have 2x plus 3 equals to 0. So our 2x is equal to negative 3. Don't forget we are taking 3 to the right side of the equal sign. So here 3 is positive and it becomes negative there. So the next step is we are going to divide both sides by 2. So I'm going to divide this side by 2, divide this side by 2. So my x is equal to negative 3 over 2. So we have two values for x. The first value is x is equal to 1, and then x is equal to negative 3 over 2. So this is the solution to this problem. Don't forget to subscribe and share.